Okay, I'm going to try to give you a quick demonstration about Hdsdr, how to try to use it like for the first time. It's not a software that I recommend for beginners, but no, here we go. Once you select install it, I'm assuming that you have the software already installed and it's working. So you open it, it's going to ask for which adapter you're using, like the DLL that has to load. So this is basically to call the API that controls the adapter that you have. In my case, I'm going to use my RSP1A from SDR Play. So that brings the screen here, right? And then if everything is connected and installed properly, when you click Start here or F2, it should start the reception, right? In the case of SDR Play, or if you are using the LTR SDR, there are few configurations that you can do at the SDR adapter level. So if you click the SDR device option here, this screen is going to come up, in my case, for SDR Play. If you are using for RTL SDR, it's probably going to show one different screen where you can basically turn on automatic gain control, AGC, or not. So in my case, this one, it's already configured. I try to stay, keep the low IF setting in this case. This IF bandwidth, it's in 1536. This is basically offers the best performance in this case. So this should be fine, right? Now I'm already receiving here. To make sure that the output, the audio, is going to where you want, you can select the soundboard card, and if you have virtual audio cables installed, or if you want to just go to the speaker, you can select here. In my case, I'm routing this to this virtual audio cable that I called cable A, and that's it. So I'm going to unmute so you can see that it's working. Okay, so audio is working. Now, this I'm on the CB band, and I'm using AM reception here. Each one of those options here, the reception modes that you are using, AM, FM, OSB, they all have bandwidth that you can set up, right? So AM, the most common is 10 kilohertz bandwidth. So if you double click, if you do one click with the right button of the mouse, you can adjust that. And this is already set for a 10 kilohertz, so this is normal for AM reception. But you can change this number, for example, if you want to 9 or to 12, and then click OK. So this is one parameter, the bandwidth. Usually for LSB, USB, use a narrow bandwidth of maybe 3 kilohertz, 2.6, 2.8. So let's see what difference that makes. So you have an idea what I'm talking about. Let's find this option here. Okay, unmute. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use the zoom in on the frequency here, so I can have a better view of the kind of signal that I'm talking about. So this one is clearly an LSB. So let me change it to LSB. So, and then I can go to the LCB button and select the bandwidth here and make it narrow, 2.2. Or can make it wider. Okay, so this is an idea of what you can do with the bandwidth, and there are individuals settings for LSP, for USB, so forth, so on. So let's see. Now I am in the CB band. If you want to jump to the 10-meter band, there's a selection down here. You can just point to the 10-meter band. Right, so I see someone speaking here already on around 28. Let's see, I can just go there and point and click. Then again, I can select the bandwidth here. I can put in 2.6 to make it narrow, or I can go to 3, make it wider. Okay, so those are things that you can do. You can jump to other frequencies here. Let's say you want to go to the 20-meter band. Okay, and there you go. You see the 20-meter band there. Now, the same thing that you are doing, if you know which frequency you want to listen to, you just come here to the tune frequency, and with the mouse, you can do a left or right click on each digit, so it goes up and down, So you can see that it changes by itself, like the bands, whatever. If that's a ham band, it's going to show up there. So let's see. I'm going to go into this is the 90 meter band, 80-meter band. At this time of the day, I have a lot of interference from a nearby station, and that shows up there. Those are like no interference signals. But this will give you an example of how you can control this. And one thing, now you can change the local, this is the local oscillator or the tune frequency. I would say just touch the tune frequency. But this is pretty much how this works, okay? Now, about these possible filters, let's see, I'm trying to tune into one frequency here. Okay, so on the buttons here, at the bottom here on the left bottom side, you can use the noise reducing, the noise blanker for RF, the noise blanker for IF, the immediate frequency. You can sometimes engage the automatic frequency control. That's most for FM transmissions. You can also use the notch filters. There's the automatic notch and also the manual notch. So let's see if we can try. I will try to demonstrate this very quickly. So let me engage the noise reducing. And then you can change the intensity, right? The level.
Victor Echo 3 Lima Whiskey Yankee.
You can also engage the noise blanker. Noise blanker is more like when you have like those little static noise, like when you have lightning around, things like that. So not very useful here. When the most useful is the noise reduction. There's a small delay when you touch the intensity here, but this is basically how it works. You can engage off them or nothing. Also, when you are listening to FM transmission, there's the automatic frequency control that you can engage, not in this case, but if you were like on FM, then you can engage FC if you want. The automatic gain control, I keep in this low, but you can also turn it off, or you can cycle through. Once each click, you toggle through the modes here. So off, fast, medium, or slow. And you can also use the notch. So for example, I'll try to see if I can show an example here, since I have some interference. So I am on this frequency here, and as you can see, there's this whistle. I can engage the automatic and notch. It's not making a lot of difference. So then I can use the manual notch. So if I use the manual notch, you select that, and you come on top of this signal here, and then you just do a click with the mouse, and that eliminates that particular frequency there. It blanks out that little frequency. If you want to remove that, you just do a right click. Sorry, a click again. And with the right click, you can actually make this wider or narrow. So this is how the notch works. Okay. So let me take this out. So I hope this gives you an idea for how this works. There are other options here, but again, a lot of things that I don't use. and you have to clearly, spend some time exploring all the options there. Okay. So same thing with the bandwidth and sampling rate. I try not to touch much with this unless I have to. So this pretty much shows the output that the sample rate for the audio output that I want. But usually the defaults work fine. I can move to, in my case, my audio supports 44 100, so I can leave it there. But usually the default works fine. Okay, so I can close here. I'm going to unmute. Okay, so again, if you want to explore other frequencies here, you can just jump to the band here that are predefined. Let's see, 10 meters. See if there's anything there, or you can just change the tuning frequency here, and that's how it works.